Hi everybody, welcome once again to Matchstick Melee. We got a little bit of a treat for you today. We traveled up to the Toledo Weekly to see what those guys were doing, and we got ourselves some good old UNI2 footage. This commentary is post-event, just to let you guys know. But I have two amazing commentators here who were not witness to it live, so they will be able to offer you their genuine and heartfelt responses as we proceed. Let's go ahead and start alphabetically. Dat Boy Juice, please sign in.
Hello. Okay, next. I am Dat Boy Juice. I've commentated here before. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. It's in the morning. I'm a little tired, but we're ready.
Mr. Suna.
And I'm Suna. I'm local Columbus player. I've commentated on Matchstick's channel for Uni a number of times.
Straight cats. All right, well, it looks like we're getting into it. I'm going to hand it over to you guys.
Yeah, so this is starting off. There were a lot of Michigan players up at that, so we have Zapoke and IdolismJ here. So both these characters were buffed pretty well in the latest patch. Saying earlier, Merk got buffs to his Oki, which is on these worms. They don't go away on block. So he's got a lot of really good setups like that, where he's got high loads with the worms covering it to block. Gord got a few buffs to his normals, particularly just kind of as a thing with it. His 2A, it's not a low, but it used to be 7 frames. It's down to 6 frames, which is usually what most characters' fastest normal is. So both these characters now have like a 6-frame like mash normal.
Honestly, really strong though.
Yeah.
When you think about it, that's a big change.
Yeah, no, it's quite different with it. He did always have a 6-frame 5A, which is the standing low there that he got tagged with there, but it's a lot shorter range and kind of not as much of one that you'd mash on because you'd have to be standing up for it. So kind of just a nice quality of life buff for it. Gord is also one of the characters in the game with like the tied for the best backdashes. So he can do a lot of like good disengaging and stuff. I tried to go for the EX command grab. It is invincible, but a nice dive kick from IdolismJ. And take the corner here. Does use the EX there, which doesn't get a knockdown, and then the CS there to get the pause button to read. Tries to get the reversal. Okay, gets the throw punish here. That moves -4 now.
We were about to see a huge breath of life coming from IdolismJ.
Oh, the 2 hits of 2B was a little bit out of range on that after blocking that another reversal. So Gordo, funnily enough, no actual meterless reversal, but 4 of his EX moves, his metered moves, are all invincible, including one in the air. So he's got a lot of variety on how he can try to like wake up to get out of situations. And then the nice spacing out to get this combo here. Knockdown with the simulation command grab, and then the assault charge jump C, and then gets tagged with the charge 5C overhead. On a drop combo, and there's that backdash coming into play, getting out of dodge. But then Grim Reaper, that's probably the most signature thing out of Gordo, is just a huge screen-filling 9-frame move. A nice whip punish there.
He is definitely a monster in the right hand.
And oddly enough, one of the winner of EVO Japan last year in UNI2 was Kyo on Gordo, but lately he's been playing Tsurugi, one of the new characters that came out. Even after Gordo got buffed.
I feel like though, when you pick up like a new character like that, especially if they're DLC, it's always fun just to learn them, because they weren't weird that he didn't.
Yeah, it's weird that he didn't do it at the beginning. Tsurugi was base game for UNI2. It's been about a year since this version came out. It's been patched a few times now, and so he had won the first big tournament with it with Gordo, but it wasn't until like the last patch that he switched off for like the Arc World Tour.
so far right now. Zapoke is taking a really commanding lead.
Yeah, and then again, just getting that full screen in there, and the meter behind it makes it safe, gets the CS on it. I'm just going to finish that off. The signature mechanic of Uni, the Vorpal cycle. There's been a lot of talk lately about really how to kind of more actively play around with it, especially close to the end of it. So we've got you're all familiar with it, you've got the timer at the bottom, right? That goes in a circle, and then when it closes, whoever has the most grid blocks wins. And the way players try to influence that at the beginning of cycles and then at the end of a cycle is, pretty tantamount to the higher level play that you can get. Okay, we've got Zapoke coming back up, which means this should be yes against Glacey. So more Michigan. I think there was a lot of Michigan that go down to the Toledo locals. So yeah. Glacey, she's one of the best Phonons around still.
Yeah, she's a heavy hitter.
Yeah, Phonon was a character that you used to see a lot more, I think. You still have a lot of good stalwarts from him between Glacey, Silent, Louvil. Quite a few that are still around, and she's got a lot of kind of tricky movement. She's got a lot of charged jump normals that let her kind of stall her in the air, and then you almost don't expect her to be able to do something else after, but she can really fall down with a lot of extra moves. So she's pretty tricky to deal with, but you can also play her pretty solid and kind of at a mid-range pressure area. Again, another character with very, very long-reaching.
I gotta bring diffusers if I ever go back to this venue again, man. That light overhead is just cooking people's faces.
I was gonna say this is an interesting venue. Was it like a cafe?
Yeah, it's a Asian restaurant.
Oh, okay.
That's food restaurant. Boba, all that stuff. Really nice.
That's sick.
Yeah, so Glacey here with the corner pressure. Something she's really good at is using. You can see her trying to get that jumping back to stay at that range, but Gord does have the nice tools to contest that side.
Yeah, I mean, he's got insane range with the scythe, so I feel like it comes down to a 50-50 at this point. It's she's got the range, yes, but then, he's got the range.
You can kind of see there's Zapoke pressing there with a pretty easily identifiable move. Let Glacey easily shield and make sure that she got the cycle for that. Unfortunately, was kind of a little bit off with the reversal after the CS, but can take the knockdown and concentrate, get some more grid, and then the assault there too. Again, coming close to the end of the cycle, getting the dash forward and the assault, which gets you a block of grid. Really trying to make sure that she's the one who catches it. Not putting out anything for Zapoke to try and shield. Gord is usually very good at controlling it because his command grab and her assimilation does give him some grid, extra grid. But then you can kind of see there was the opposite problem. Again, Glacey with the nice shield and actually got enough blocks to get Celestial Vorpal. UNI2 mechanics. Oh, safe jump on the reversal though.
That was kind of clean, honestly, from Zapoke.
But because of the Celestial, which gives you basically the entire grid bar, if you get it, ooh, nice super flash, but kind of tied on the invincibility frames there. And then there was the opposite, realizing that Glacey was shielding a lot, and especially crouch shielding, so goes in for the overhead.
Yeah, now Glacey's taking a strong start right now into this round 3.
And safe jump setup too.
Being able to recognize the wake up super and shielding it into her own combo.
No meter on that one, and then there's a falling move, so trying to catch okay, are you doing something first, and then timing with the falling move on it. Oh, drops the OTG, but then CS, see what's going on.
All smiles, dude. We love locals.
Locals are always fun.
Oh, yeah. Right now, a good start right now for Glacey.
And so the one thing that ends up happening with it is, you know, kind of talking about grid cycles. I'm going to be talking about grid cycles a lot. Yeah, you can see Glacey tried to shield there to be able to get it, but the poke was proven far enough away. Phonon does use her force function a lot, her 6FF. It's kind of the big multi-whip thing she does. And that does actually cost grid to do the force function, so it can end up being something where she might lose her own cycle for it.
Good super reaction on that one to get her own combo started here after being stuck in the corner for so long.
No meter again, trying to taking those like hex situations and running down. Now see, so that's Gord's force function, the rusty nail, but it lost the cycle there too for Zapoke, or at least any chance of getting it. I hate to say it's a little tough to see with the Matchstick Melee logo in there, but you can usually see where the end of the cycle is coming.
I tried to fade it out as much as I possibly could.
Yeah, no, it's not too bad. I've seen worse. Ascension. And then that's a tough move. Oh, very nice timing on that one. So 6-6B from Phonon's a tough move to deal with it a lot of time because it's actually throw invincible. But you can cancel the first hit or charge it or overhead. You can do a lot of things with it. Oh, yeah, trying to, again, shield to, like, get the cycle there. But Zapoke was able to get it, but doesn't end up really capitalizing on it. That's maybe the only other consideration. Is like, okay, you know, you got the cycle, but when do you actually use your CS here? And again, easy shields, taking the last one, and then nice quick CS to finish it off.
Nice. Glacey, man.
Yeah, Glacey's strong. Also, if anyone didn't know, strong bowler.
Oh yeah, there was bowling after this, wasn't
there? There was. I think, yeah, no, Glacey had those pro moves. Like, was doing the whole, like, you know, curve the ball all the way down the lane and everything kind of stuff.
Oh, full spin and everything.
I think she had her own shoes. Come to remember.
That's tight.
Man, I'm bad at bowling, I'm gonna be honest. I'll 360, like, chuck that thing in a ceiling tile.
The only thing I know about bowling is how it's scored.
Let's go bowling.
Yeah, I wonder who came up with the scoring for bowling. Because that is such an out there method versus any other sport.
And whoever did it, I don't like you because you made me fail one of my gym curriculums as a kid. So you made it too hard for me. My wee little brain could not comprehend the scoring.
I think I did bowling when I was between the ages of, I want to say, like 8 and 11. Just like, you know, junior league bowling. And, you know, they'd always try to teach you, like, no, just do like this, and you put spin on the ball, and I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
Which,
yeah, I never tried like actually putting spin on it. I knew where to aim to get a strike, but I never actually like could put a spin on it, so I just tried to shoot like straight at it.
Exactly. It's like, man, this seems like a lot less complicated if I just throw the ball directly where I want it.
You have to frame one SPD the ball into the what are they called? Pins. That's what they're called. Hit the SPD into pins, and you're good. Perfect score.
It's just one of those things where it's like, I saw things, like, when it worked fantastic, and it was like, yes, great. But when something was even slightly off, the cleanup was more complicated from throwing the curved ball than it was the straight. So I just kept throwing straight balls.
Looks like we got IdolismJ coming back up, which means go down to a losers match, which means I believe this is Traumerei.
Yes.
I've got the bracket up. So.
Yes.
I was gonna say, unfortunately, I don't know a lot of these players. I'm not too familiar with the uni scene, so
Yeah.
I know some of them, but yeah, I'm just following by. Yeah, who's there on that? Actually, this might be this is actually going to be Beatrice.
We will find out. I think Traumerei.
Oh no, If they had played off another one off stream and then go into this, we did have a match in between. Did Poke, IdolismJ, then Glacey Zapoke. So it could be the second one. Should have a scoreboard, right?
We're going right into it.
And nice block on the overhead there, but who gets caught in the combo? Well, okay, if it's round 3, then it's Traumerei, so we'll go with that.
After this,
Vatista,
I'm gonna say YASE, but go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna wait till after this set.
Okay.
Dude, it's
Oh,
okay.
there's Vatista zoning.
Lasers. We got him. I feel like, okay, in this matchup, I feel like using the lasers and just zoning, especially against Merkava, is kind of smart. Like, you don't want Merkava to get like his worm setup going, and he has really long combos. You don't want him to get that game set up. So I respect the lasers.
The problem with just trying to zone out is if they're willing to sit on the other side and just shield, you give up all of the grid.
Right.
So
That's what I was thinking too. Like, how are you gonna mix that? How are you gonna mix that up? Because you need grid, or else you're gonna give your opponent, a decent advantage. Or are you gonna use, both tools to your advantage? Are you gonna use both zoning and the pressure? But
and Vatista does actually have some of the better mix-ups and setups in the game because she has a decently fast her upcharge, the drill of the air is an overhead on the B version. You'll see that a lot where they'll set out the gem, explode it, and then dash, drill, and do a quick overhead. Yeah, I think that was one there. So that jump B there was an attempt at a B drill. But didn't actually get the charge fully potentially, or wasn't all the way in the air when they tried it, so they ended up with just jump B. The nice 2B out. Merkava does have relatively fast crouching normal. So again, he has got the 6-frame 2A, but that 7-frame 2B's got a lot of range that you sometimes don't expect on it. So it's really good for mashing out. Fortunately, failing the dash block trial. And then there's the overhead. Oh, didn't recognize green shield. Float back. And yeah, Vatista does have that, the shield. It will lose to lows, but it allows her also to, I believe, once it's active, she gets one move that's doesn't need to be charged or something. A little drop on there. Nice mash out, but just out of range. Swoop! Oh, the double side swamp. Good recognition of
goofy goober side swaps, honestly.
Yeah, but then unfortunately went for another kind of flight in. Merkava's got the glide. It's an overhead, but Vatista just charging flash kick. And now trying to get through the wall of laser. Ooh, nice mash out. Ooh.
Good combo right now for IdolismJ.
Yeah, see, not really going for an immediate pressure on that, and then finds the gap, gets the flash kick, does full damage.
Yeah.
So,
supers, man, are strong.
She's got a her. They did do a kind of universal nerf to a lot of characters, so one of the harder things to deal with even safe jump setups like that was for most characters the B versions of their DPs or flash kicks in this case are fully invincible, but they're usually lower. the A versions used to be frame 1 head invincible, so they would be good as anti-airs. But because they're not fully invincible, you could EX cancel them, even on block. So there were a lot of times where it's like, okay, this is a safe jump setup, but they can do something faster that wouldn't be safe jumped. And then also, even if you did block it, they'd be able to cancel it, and a lot of those cancels go into plus frames for the characters.
Nice. You're knowledgeable. I like that.
You did have
That's
a PSA,
passion right there,
yeah.
bro.
You did have a PSA you wanted to say.
Well, yeah, I have a PSA, bro. Can we not start the match until production is ready? Like, wait for the thumbs up. I know this is a VOD review, but like, wait for the thumbs up. Once you see the thumbs up, then you go in. I know you're locked in, but we got to make sure everything's crispy. It's clean.
You know what? I will take the L on this one because I was already so flustered by preceding events in the day that I was not in my usual pattern. And if I'm doing things right, I don't need the thumbs up. But
And plus, if they know that it's not streaming necessarily, and it's just recording, they might not even know that there's scoreboards or anything else going on.
Yeah. But no, I'll take the blame on this one.
Yeah, so this is going to be Emanated coming up, another Michigan player.
Oh,
It's a sick
Hilda.
name.
He's a nice dude. We talked a little bit.
That's a sick name.
And you can't see it, but he's wearing a Hololive Myth t-shirt under that coat, which already scored him points in my book, so.
He had production favor already.
Yep.
Did you Did you slide him a few bills too?
Hell no.
You were like, hey man, win this tournament.
Yeah, so here we've got kind of Hilda's like looks like she would just be full zoning, but she's almost kind of a mix of it. She does have the difference between her and Vatista is her zoning is all based on kind of her normals. Because she's got like kind of the disjointed, really long range ones.
He's got that full screen super too. See, I
that's
used
a
to
low
play
too.
Hilda. Yeah, Hilda's very fun to play. So this I know.
Ooh, nice
And-
here.
I mean, Hilda's just a really strong character in the right hands. So Ooh, nobody home for that super though. That was interesting.
The super there is safe though, and it's actually like plus when she's falling like that. So it was really more of a kind of covered the options. Make sure you can't like punish me for being up here in the air.
That's smart. It was just it had such a weird like I don't want to say like tracking, but like the way she was facing, it was just so strange when the super came out.
Trying to block out here. We're trying to get those 3C anti-airs, but then there's the 2-2. Gets the pickup.
That super.
Ooh, went for a reset. Didn't actually get the restand, but then the last couple frames of the charged 5C overhead did actually hit there. And you can kind of see here, just using the shields to get the grid.
And Emanated was doing really well with getting those projectile pokes from full screen.
Yeah, there's almost like a rhythm kind of between the two of them where it's like, you know, if one is successfully zoning, it's tough for the other one to break in.
Yeah.
You can see Emanated here now actually trying to go in, tries to go for the sneaky pin, but a nice jump forward from Traumerei there. Drop combo. Yeah, gets the late overhead. So those are the tough ones. You block the first bit, and then she's still able to do the falling charge move. But Emanated with the cycle here doesn't get the EX skewer to get the wall bounce and combo. Using some nice air stalling with the teleport moves to get over the Vatista balls.
Those projectiles. Emanated's been really clean right now with those projectiles. So far, putting on a lot of pressure.
And then uses CS here, nice. Should be able to finish, might need to use meter. Oh, goes for the reset actually. And catches the crouch shield, so there's your weakness of it. Any overheads will blow up a crouch shield attempt.
Nobody home for that super. I respect the start super. Might as well.
So that super is plus on block, so there's you have to like hard call it out if you're going to do something about it. Traumerei does have the cycle. Tries. I'm assuming that was an attempt at CSing. Kind of mashing D on it, but was still in Bloxton when the overhead came out. And kind of just running the game here.
I mean, honestly,
he's a CS, gets meter, but a little bit high up. Might have lost all of the wall bounces.
Super of his own to get out of the corner, which is super smart, but
dash C.
Yep. It's a strong move. Emanated getting 2-0.
And looking ahead. Pretty sure all of the top 4 were all Michigan. Top 3 for sure.
Chalkboard wall. And that little, look at that little character right there. I like that little character.
Yeah, so they were actually using that chalkboard wall as their placement backdrop. Like when they would take the tournament results pictures and stuff, like they had like a first, second, third place drawn up really high,
That's sick.
And then
that's smart too.
Yeah, and then you could just like draw little pictures and stuff on the wall, like to give your picture some flair.
I love cafes like this.
Hmm.
All right, I think we're going straight into top 4 losers side here. Emanated and Mocha.
Yeah.
So this is a matchup that we see a lot in Vansen. It is Hilda and Akatsuki. It basically ends up being Hilda tries her best, keep Akatsuki out, and if Akatsuki gets in, Hilda has a hard time actually dealing.
Yep. Yeah, I was actually surprised to see another Akatsuki because Tuna, as I'm sure you know, we've got Jushichi in our local area, one of the top Akatsukis out there.
And Mocha's a different style of Akatsuki, I feel. Maybe I don't know what's a good way to describe it, but I do feel like they play differently. I feel like what Akatsukis do, most players do. So nice thing with Akatsuki, and you can kind of see it there, he does have a very forward dash. He cannot run, he only has the slide. But the advantage of it is the entire time that he's moving forward like that, he can be blocking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't he relatively safe on those dashes?
Yeah, it's entirely safe unless he had committed to a button. So you can see him dashing forward and be like, oh, I can hit him or something like that, but he could just be blocking.
I also love the use of fireballs from Mocha there, showing him that he's not afraid and he'll use his own projectiles against you. That was kind of.
It ends up being Akatsuki's not much of a zoner. Really, his fireball is there to apply pressure.
Yeah.
His fireball at the right spacing. Yeah, a fireball at the right spacing is incredibly difficult to deal with.
Yeah.
Because he'll end up being plus. Nice anti-air.
He's honestly a fun character to watch, I'm not gonna lie. His combo strings look really, really sick.
On to damage.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So Hilda has I always call it the Anacrus teleport. So it's it's backdash and then up back in the corner, and she can do that. But she can CS out of it there, and so it can be difficult to actually punish. There is a small window, but you need to be close enough, and a lot of the time you don't get close enough.
Let's say I thought it was like a game.
Ooh, nice fake out.
She just disappeared.
Yeah, use the Roomba to cover the 5C poke.
Emanated though.
Yeah, but
got a good strong game right now, keeping him out. But
yeah, parry, yeah.
He's using the guard into super. I saw that coming. I saw his guard meter slowly creep up. I was waiting for the reaction.
Yeah, that's EX parry, and once it's active, I think it's actually plus on block now too.
He's a fun character. This is the character that I picked up first when I played Uni.
A lot of people do, I feel, because he's
just a nice all-around character. Yeah,
he's a Shoto.
He's a good character to start out.
He's got a Tatsu.
Yeah.
He can like just get into some
fundamentals down.
Yeah, he's got some like harder combos to use to do with just certain like dash jump timings or re-jump timings. That is. Yeah. ICS, EXTP. Yeah, tried to concentrate to get it, and then nice. Emanated tried to use a Hilda's dive kick there to get over the fireball, but then the EX fireball came through. And there's a classic for Hilda. The falling jump B is really hard to contest without like committing to a dedicated anti-air. Roomba restand, nice blocking. Good block on the empty jump too. And runs to the 5B, so there was a commitment to a button. Emanated picked the right choice. Torn into Gloom. Set up. But yeah. Frame 1 parry after the CS. Back-teching, costing Emanated the cycle there too.
Big combo with big damage.
Might get an anti-air there. Again, going back to these falling jump Bs, catching the forward movement. I should be able to finish off with the meter. Yes, just enough. It's almost a little worried. Akatsuki does have more than average health too. Got the overhead. Oh, staying patient, walking out. Tries to wait for the block the gloom. Got caught by the throw. Roomba, yeah, backdash out of it this time.
Ooh. Super clean backdash to get out of that, just to continue your combo string there. That was super smart. Are we about to see a perfect?
With the CS and the OTG. Oh no, I think had a bit too much scaling on that.
He did take a throw though. Super smart, and he got him.
Ow.
Is that a perfect?
It was perfect.
Okay.
Life bar does change color if it
Okay. I just want to make sure because I don't know if you. I don't know. I'm so used to like the Tekken stuff now, where it's like you take a throw, you take chip damage. Ooh.
There is chip damage in this game. There's no chip kill though.
Oh, okay. Right now, Emanated's got them tides turned into his favor.
Oh, catches the extended hurt box with the 6C though.
Is that a normal grab or was that a command grab from Hilda?
It is a normal grab. She does not have a command grab. Thank God.
I was gonna say that.
Oh, a little bit off with the pin. All of the pin drops are overheads. And they're a like Vatista gems. They're a negative edge move, right? You charge a button and then release it. The longer you hold it, the bigger the pin gets. And they're
like
kind of a
utilization of the portals too to try and get a mix up as well that Emanated's been doing.
yeah. The new move she got in UNI2, the Roomba as we call it, the one that goes along the ground, is really annoying. Nice jump 6C over there though. This is Mocha's first real extended, like, first combo and first extended pressure here in a while. Nice reaction. Catches you trying to escape. With Tatsu, gonna go all the way to the other corner. Oh, tried to actually drop the combo early and concentrate, but I think because they were in transfer state, they weren't actually getting any grid.
Whoa!
Even when they were concentrating.
Did you see that trade off that DP with the super too?
Yeah, so that's one of the big things with the Roomba is once they're active, they don't go away even if Hilda's hit. So it's been a common setup where it's like, okay, yeah, you can reversal me all you want, you're still going to get hit by it. You basically need something. There's a few characters that have horizontal reversals that can actually like move them out of the hitboxes of it. But you have to be very specific about it because the Hilda would have to be on the ground for that to work. And there's Roomba again. Does fly past it, so it's gone now. Oh, that's a grid break.
Yeah, a strong meaty combo right now from Emanated. combos right now, looking to just close out this set.
Yeah, and I think it was actually Emanated who threw tech there, so the Gloom sword still came back.
Yeah.
It works the other way if you throw Hilda. Or what's the other way? Anyway, yeah, Gloom swords were still coming back. I think again because they were already active.
Emanated taking a sigh of relief, breathing some air in the cup.
Kind of going back to the importance of the cycle and everything. Another thing that happens with Grid, you actually get a 25% meter refund on any EX move you spend when we are in Vorpal. Hilda gets 50 back. So
Ew.
her Vorpal trait had always been getting a refund on meter. So she always had that. When they gave it to every other character in the game, she gets kind of the double bonus of it to keep her still unique. But here we've got a certified classic. Glacey versus Miller. All over Michigan. This is our winners final, so best 3 out of 5. Miller very solid defensively. And so is Glacey.
Very, very patient in the start of that round.
I think the other thing too, I don't really see as many Lines use it as much. So Line has her force function is the dodge, right? And she's got an invincible move off it. Miller is really good at when to use that as his throw OS. So kind of getting delays. Ooh. Couldn't cut out. Blind commentary. There's always the classic where I think it was Goichi was like down to like no health. Stream goes out, it comes back up, and he's won the game.
It's rigged. Everything's rigged. Now we're gonna see. Well, now I'm gonna predict this right now. Miller's gonna take the next one. Oh, it's rigged.
Yeah, could go for a win here.
Everything's rigged. Yeah, cashes in the expensive super, the cool looking supers.
Yeah, but so the important thing was the CS before it was really critical to that because it actually gave Miller a little bit of meter back. But so Glacey going into Glacey going into this round with a big meter lead right now. It gets a nice shield there to take this cycle, but empty dive kick into the 2A. First hit of 2A for Line is not a low. It's only the second one that's a low. So you can get away with a little bit of things if you're careful. Nice.
Glacey clapping back finally with a combo of her own.
And concentrates, and then back tech again. Miller confident. Oh, spends the CS pretty late into the cycle, but gets the hit. Does lose it though, so Glacey is going to have the CS in this situation. Trade. Actually surprised that trade with Line having 5-frame normal. Nice. There was a real good example there of Miller trying to shield to get the cycle at the very end, or to get the Vorpal at the very end. Glacey taking advantage of that with a run-up throw. And catches. And not going to be able to go for the finish here. Just takes the knockdown. Dash up throw, and it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, dash up throw just to...
So there's you get a little bit of bonus damage for being in Vorpal as well. So I think that was probably, it might have killed otherwise, but it going from 1600 damage to 1700 damage from the Vorpal cycle was really important too. Right.
I love the patience from both players where they're just crouching, just waiting.
But then a nice side swap there, but a little drop. Ooh, throw tech, and so there's another one. Going for throws at the end of cycles too, or ways that you can swing it around. But Miller with the tech got a huge grid lead from it. EX confirm off the Kuga. Gets the cycle again.
Combo.
And goes for CS here. Gets the meter. And then still in plenty of range to contest this next one. Nice rollout though. taking plus frames, staying patient, and didn't overshield and end up losing any, or putting at risk of getting grid broken, and then trade. Oh, I didn't realize how much the health difference was there. So that trade, unfortunate for Glacey there. Nice safe jump.
Miller, though, knowing that you have more health and just trying to go for a trade just to end it, that was kind of smart.
And when you have the faster norm, it's certainly worth it.
Yeah. It's always good just to cash
get
out
this one.
And trying to let your opponent just continue pressure.
This is going to be a tough cycle for Glacey to claw back here without a grid break. And then you can see Miller like stopped shielding at the end of it. They already had plenty for the Celestial to go through, and the only risk was going to be getting grid broken there. This is still a good situation for Glacey. Big life lead and gets the probably a dashing low attack moving forward. But now Miller's going in with 200 meter. Glacey about to get 100, so not too bad. Oh, but the dash up 5A again. We always make the joke with Lune. She's the fastest like running speed in the game. She's the speed star, and it was even to the point that they buffed it in I think the Uzuki release patch, specifically citing we wanted her to be faster.
That's awful. That's actually awful.
Ooh, nice. But this is not too bad for Miller here. That was basically there's a VO throw OS, but you can end up with getting the IWEX when you have low health. But we got the setup on it. You are at advantage on those at least. But without extra meter here, it's going to be a lot more difficult. And then takes the CS, sees the whiff, knows there's going to be some landing recovery on that timing.
Super strong games from Miller right now.
Yeah, you can see some little buffer dash blocks in there too. If you do it right, you can buffer a dash and then blocking the entire time. But you can't get caught on like the frame you're pressing forward when you dash block and stuff. Nice. Debated out a green shield there. Miller again trying to shield to keep that cycle, but Glacey get an unfortunate whiff on the 2A there. Miller with the tech forward. Gets the landing punish. Throw. And you can test this side shield. Yeah, there's green shield. Yeah, not quite enough to swing the cycle there for Glacey. Catches Assault. 6FF. Another force function. No shielding there. He gets dash forward. Unfortunately gets tagged by standing up. I've been trying to like punish through that, but EX Kuga is tough to deal with. Oh, wow, what a whiff punish. So there exactly that is. So she's got a fast dash speed, a fast 5-frame normal, and actually able to whiff punish a 2A on there. A nice grid break here from Glacey. 2. Extension knockdown, safe jump setup, good throw tech, and then dash up throw. And you might not expect her to be able to reach that fast. Goes for a TRM setup, and good EX. Use the super flash timing with that to buffer the EX cancel on it. But Miller gonna take the cycle here. Gets the... Oh. It's gonna get everybody. That's an overhead when you charge it. So she can either do the first hit and then do a low, partial charge to just do it as a mid, or go full on with the entire overhead there.
So I have to. I've not seen a lot of Phonon because pretty much in my general area, Glacey's the only one who plays that character. But I did not know that Phonon had an Ashura Senku. It's like a little, a Kuma teleport.
She doesn't?
Wait, what was the blue like dash thing that she did?
Oh, so that's a universal mechanic. That's
that is?
Yeah, that's Creeping Edge.
Oh my
So
god.
that's the roll. So it's done with 3D. It was again something they added to UNI2.
Huh.
It essentially, because you might see it like and looked at it that way because of her specific animation, because it is different for each character. Like Hilda, or Emanated did one with Hilda earlier. Hilda basically goes into like an orb of like power and just kind of moves across the screen.
Didn't even notice.
That's just really weird because he moves backwards first and then like kind of shifts. Like it's just the animation of it. They are all, I believe, universal like distance and frame and everything. The way they work is they're essentially a moving shield. You can almost look at it that way. So if a move is active on you and you can roll through it and you'll get a little block of grid, and then you can cancel the end of the roll into blocking. It doesn't always like really affect the way you might think. It doesn't change frame advantage specifically. Not a like block stun thing. So sometimes you'll see, oh, I've rolled through something, but it's not actually making something punishable all the time. This could be a matchup where it comes up a lot. It's one way to try to deal with getting through Hilda's normals and stuff is to try to roll it. But Emanated with the back-to-back Celestial is going to get all of the meter. The Celestial Vorpal, when you pop it, you'll basically get... You can get more than 200 meter if you have the entire full bar. So sometimes you want to like spend a super CS, get more meter back. Baits the veil off though. Go for a CDO. Yeah, gonna try to finish it here. Double EX into IWAX.
I just cashed all of it just to pick a round.
Boom. 5 points.
Sometimes you gotta send a message.
It was really like the best thing. It also like, even in the end, you'd want to like spend a lot of time in that combo to waste all the rest of the VO timer from Hilda. Ooh, good mash out, but a little bit too far on the last 2A. Tries for a cheeky overhead. Good shielding though. Off on the low spacing there.
I'll say I do respect the patience right now coming from Glacey.
Yeah, again, sometimes you just want to block it out.
Yeah. Sometimes it's better to block it out.
Yeah, and then that can happen when you're too impatient. So went for the actual the guard thrust, the guard cancel in this game.
Yeah, Glacey
And gets punished for it.
Yeah. Take the first game. Nice.
Nice empty jump. So that was a partial charge jump C. That would be an overhead if they let it go, but lands into 2A. So there was the roll. That's, I think, what you were thinking of, Matchstick. But you can kind of see how it worked there. Like, you can cancel the animation if you're blocking. There's triple pin, so that's when you hold the button for a real long time. Ooh, catches with the gloom, and then just goes for a cash out. I respect that one.
So Hilda
No risk of dropping.
Charge inputs?
So it's a negative edge. So it's like Vatista gems or anything like that. So when she's holding the button, it's basically charging the pins.
Yeah.
And then the longer you hold them down, the bigger they get. And they do have different levels that affect it. But then at like the max charge, releasing one button basically releases all three of the ranges she can do it at once.
Gotcha.
It's what makes her like more technical combos more difficult is when you need to start charging, because she uses it a lot as her combo ender, because it'll actually restand the opponent. Boomba? Yeah, nice roll through. And then shields the overhead. Gets this hit. Yeah, nice. Good wherewithal. Uses the CS there because you don't get it carried over between matches. But by popping it before finishing the combo to win the round, you get all of the meter from it.
I was gonna say that was super smart from Glacey, noticing that and just wanting to get as much meter as possible.
Yeah, so there was the pin in combo, like I said. And the reason that works is you use that cancel into Roomba, and then you get a mix-up on it. Nice catch on the roll there.
Emanated is just
Side swap.
good.
Oh! Yeah, a little bit too antsy, though. Expecting Glacey to go in after the throw tech there. So kind of pop BO as I'm gonna get you back off of me. But now you've got no meter. Ooh, fancy rejump combo there. Who goes for a little tech stand?
This is a bad spot to be in.
Yeah, and then there's Dash B catching a stand tech on the throw.
Glacey's strong. Got good pressure. So.
Got the low though. Try for the fake overhead into real overhead, but good reaction from Glacey.
Ooh, good grab there from Emanated though.
Yeah, didn't end up being a punish, so it was a little bit slow on it.
I mean, you still get the side swap, and I mean, it's better to have, especially in this case, you want to have.
It was the right reaction there, because that's actually the universal way you can punish rolls is by throwing them. And I think Glacey wasn't ready to even try teching it because they were expecting to be punished on the end of that. They stand into overhead and empty jump low.
Ooh, that was clean. That empty jump was very, very clean.
And it all comes down to that like partial charge because she does the animation of the jump C in the air before she lands. It's actually also important because if you assault and don't press a button, you have extra landing recovery than if you just jump. But if you whiff a button in the air, that landing recovery's gone. Yeah, catches out of the air. Oh, but not quite able to pick up the combo on the CS. Good back up. Oh, catches the overhead finally. And on a shield, too. Again.
Putting on insane pressure.
Yeah, but it wasn't really threatening too much there. So again, Glacey pretty comfortable just blocking it out.
Yeah, I mean, Glacey's been extremely patient. And I mean...
Oh, that's unfortunate. Had the shield, got the cycle,
yeah.
But then got caught with another shield onto the throw. Might have been trying to CS there.
Glacey's been super patient this round, but Emanated is using all he can. Good wake up super though. This is scary. I don't like this. And the tech throw, I don't like that either. Literally one hit will do it on each side. I don't like it.
And yeah.
Tech throw.
Oh, so that was actually the guard thrust.
Okay.
So throw tech is advantage for the person who techs the throw. You're +8.
Oh my
it's
God.
not punishable. It's +8, but they can block basically.
Okay.
But that animation is used for a number of things, and so that was actually her guard thrust, which is very punishable. Because she was trying to get out of the Roomba setup. Oh, the reset! That's an Emanated special.
Ooh.
Goes for that
was
wall bounce
clean.
reset. And then there's a throw, but didn't quite kill.
We gonna see another perfect? Has Emanated been the only one getting perfect? I jinxed it. I totally jinxed it. I'm sorry, Emanated. You watch this VOD, I'm sorry. I don't know why, but Matchstick knows this. I have a weird ability of like cursing people.
Yeah,
even on
he's
VOD.
reached into the past with his stand and all.
Yeah. It's so weird.
Damn King Cream.
It happened last night too, and I felt really bad.
Oh, caught the low. Bloom. Yeah, again, goes for the double overhead, but Glacey not biting. Could have gotten something on it, but Not quite ready for how that was spaced out.
Here we go.
That stuff. So that's an overhead off of her 6 force function, then CS'd into another overhead. Just with the falling jump normal. Concentrate, gonna get the cycle there.
Dude, Emanated's defense is super clean, but Glacey found that one little opening and is gonna get a big combo off of it.
The Phonon able to kind of just jump back over you like that is pretty unique to her.
Yeah.
And I believe she actually turns around on it, so they become actual cross-ups as well.
Becomes an actual monster at that point. Big cash in with that super though.
Yeah, but nice VO. Did cash out the meter immediately. You get bonus grid blocks while you're in VO. And they actually made this nerf probably almost for Hilda, where if you VO like that without full meter, the timer is a lot lower than it used to be. Nice job, Glacey. So it prevents like Hilda from, immediately getting you off, putting out a Roomba, and then still having VO timer to like leverage the grid as much as she could.
Here he comes, the final boss with the Kwamba crystal.
He's just looming in the back.
Yeah.
Well, he was ready.
The aura. This is CVS2 looking at Shinakuma on the top of the temple right now. I gotta say, these controllers are sick that we're seeing right now. I'm just a controller freak, so like when I see everybody's controllers, I'm like, man, everybody's got a different style. Whether they decorate it with stickers, custom art, engravings, all their buttons. I'm just a controller nerd.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, nothing wrong at all.
No.
So you know what the character is on Miller's hat?
Nope.
I have a cat.
Thank you.
That's all I know. It looks from.
It kind of looks like the Joe Cat at, but whatever. We're not here for hat knowledge.
Yeah, we're here for the video game. Starting off strong in this video game is Glacey in a huge combo at the start of this round here.
Yeah, smart steer ender to get the good knockdown. Yeah. We got the shield on the first hit of 6-6B there, not the second, so still able to cancel.
What do you think of this matchup, Suna? The Phonon UNI matchup.
I'd say, based on what I've seen, it'd probably be Line's favor, just because, kind of where Phonon wants to be on screen. Line can just kind of decide to run past it.
Okay.
He also maybe has some of the better defensive options to kind of deal with the more gimmicky stuff that Phonon can do.
Okay.
Kind of all the hopping over and stuff like that. She's got the force function that's, not a directional input, so you can get it from either side. I don't know if she turns around with it though, so maybe it's a little bit harder than I thought.
I feel like too with Lene though, the speed factor comes into play as well.
Yep.
Speed and pressure against Phonon can be tricky.
And it takes a lot of committal from Phonon to kind of do anything to get Line off. And she has the EX reversal, but if you spend the meter and they didn't do something and get punished for it, So a lot of time you'll see, especially when it's a meter reversal, you'll want to wait to CS to be okay, is this actually going to work or not? Now, big meter lead here too, and take the knockdown. Just runs forward. So that's a classic for Miller there. Basically kind of just dashing at you from extended time right next to you. A lot of times you'll see that where people throw. Oh, that's unfortunate. Just the right timing for that CS setup. Catches the veil off. But so one important thing that happened with that is even though Miller was the one on offense, Glacey ended up doing a stand tech, so ended up doing a throw input, right? And then Miller actually teched the throw. So even though he was on offense, he teched the throw, so he got to keep his offensive pressure in that situation. Sometimes people hear that being called stealing the tech. Ooh, nice anti-air though.
Knowledge.
And that's going to be maybe where Phonon has like a good time against YASE. She at least does have a big, like, that's a 4B, I think, the kind of falling back one. Nice bait!
Oh my god.
I think that was 6-6B immediate CS, which is where like Miller might have done the OS there. Oh, catches the low shield too.
Glacey is not scared. She'll just do it. I'm here for it.
Oh, there's a drop though. Block on the empty gem blow. Yeah, because of the grid break, easily able to get that cycle. Now just trying to stay patient. Good mash out.
Yeah, something I love seeing with these players is
catches the stand tech. If you ever see it, if you see a very like small like white text counter show up on the screen, because you can see it shows stuff like invincibility and chain shift, and obviously a regular counter hit gets this big red text, right? If you ever see a small text say counter, that means you hit their throw. Oh. Because the normal throws specifically, normal throws can't be counter hit. For the application of like extra hit stun and stuff from counter hits. Ooh, catches the roll with the throw. Ah, nice punish on the throw attempt there. You can punish a throw.
Yeah.
Ooh, good anti-air, yeah.
That's the first time I've seen Glacey use that move. And
it's not very common. She ends up using her 6FF, her forward force function, a lot more than that one. It is still a functional anti-air like that, but it ends up being not, useful all that often. Alright, rough throw. Then throw again. But still, evenish meter. Oh, whiffs the 6-6B there. Good back movement from Miller. Who tried to get a cheap no cancel 2B into throw, but a good jump back Glacey. And then catches on the other side using the long range normal. IB. Oh, drop! But the CS, it was a bait the whole time. Oh, but there's the speed coming in. Gets that run up throw. Throw again. And trapping. Uga. Force fall up there. Oh, tries to mash out of the string there, but was a little bit too close, so it ended up trading. Nice 4B, catches the movement. Yeah, and she gets that full combo off of it.
Super smart from Glacey there. Glacey one game away from reset. Miller in the fourth game here, getting a good start.
Oh, and catches the... So that was a green shield, so Glacey could have switched block, but unfortunately did not in time. So ended up getting a grid broken for it.
Especially at the start like that too, and you got a huge life bleed.
This is going to be...
I'm not gonna say... Okay, I wasn't gonna say it. I know Matchstick was about to... He was waiting.
So you said it well. You said it while they were in neutral. That was during a combo.
Yeah, but you could drop. You could drop it. But he did get a first.
Oh, good mash out. So there's the... Actually caught the throw attempt there with a good mash. Ooh, good 4B. Catches the assault. Miller does take the cycle with the assault, though. Oh, 6-6 FF. Line's new move. Just polices the airspace. It used to be a pretty big weakness for Line, was kind of that area directly up above her, above and in front. She did have her DPs and everything, but obviously those are more middle. The dash force function she has there can be made really safe because she can jump after it and do falling moves.
I feel like I blinked and we're in game 5. So Miller had those super strong combos that last game. So it looks like Glacey's gonna start this game 5 in their own little momentum here.
Yeah, caught the throw again with 6-6B. It's technically airborne, I believe, so it ends up baiting throws like that. Ooh, seals the tech. But good shielding from Miller, trying to take the cycle here. Gets it. Block. Oh, and then, yeah, using the faster normal. Oh, the double roll.
Jesus.
That's some gimmicky stuff. Got the overhead here. Oh, not enough time there. Yeah, because of the second dash up there, Glacey was able to actually get the VO out before Miller could land and CS that, but gets the whip punish here.
Is Miller gonna... Yep. Miller's gonna close it out for that round. Miller 1 round away. Playing super solid right now.
Oh, tried to delay that air as much as possible, but they have the charge force looking just being like, you'll have to land eventually.
Yeah.
Really good call out from Glacey there. Oh, nice.
Good opening from that level.
Everything but a throw there. But unfortunately, dropping combos here. I feel like that's been an unfortunate problem for Glacey. This whole tournament has been dropping quite a few combos. Get the Celestial Vorpal here. I'm gonna try to spend meter, maybe the install super, and then CS.
Do whatever you can.
Okay, loses the Celestial, but keeps the cycle because of just how many grid blocks you have after Celestial.
We're gonna cash in a little bit here.
Yeah, I can go for the... Oh, that was a misinput!
It was a misinput, you calm down!
Yeah, that was going for CS IW, but got the roll. So it didn't get the full half circle. We're pressing D for the IW input, so got 3D. Oh, that sucks. But is still able to clutch out the round at least, and ends up having a little bit more meter than she might have otherwise. But Miller with the first big combo and knockdown. Nice jump back OS.
Yeah, Miller was taking the first blood in this round, and now Glacey clapping right back. Oh, similar life, honestly.
And pretty even on meter 2. Nice pickup.
Yeah, this is a scary situation to be in right now.
And gets full combo this time too.
No drop, good job.
Big damage. Gotta watch out for the overhead here.
Look at the patience off Miller right now too.
Now, yes.
This Merk gets scary. This is scary.
Yes, get big meter back again. Nice blocking. And now Glacey with the Celestial. Oh, did not commit to the green shield. Was expecting the guard thrust to bait out the throw on that green shield. Oh, didn't get the punish on it. Celestial again, but not really having too many opportunities to pop it. It gets tagged.
Opening. Oh no.
Not gonna finish, but it's
gonna be a bad situation here.
Yeah, just the meaty. Glacey committed to an attack on it, expecting something more defensive.
And Miller to be the final boss. We'll take it. And shout out to Glacey though. I mean, given a run for their money, good lord.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Real close.
Yeah.
And considering the first one, that the first game between them was a 3-0 for Miller. Glacey was up 2-1 in that one, so
yeah,
had a nice opportunity,
honestly,
but
had a good I feel like they adapted a lot better in the grand final set.
And then you can see them here lining up on the chalkboard in their respective places.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a nice venue, but it's definitely not built for what I went up there to do.
No, they don't usually stream or anything up there. So.
Yeah, there was one other gentleman who was recording. Oh, here we go. I lifted the camera and I was trying to get trying to get everybody in frame. And so you can put a little drawing next to yourself.
Is it Steve from Minecraft? Did somebody draw Steve from Minecraft?
Did somebody draw Steve from Minecraft?
Look at third place.
Oh,
That's
far
Steve,
off
bro.
there. Maybe?
I don't know. I see Hello Kitty, but
Yeah. No,
Is
that was
that Steve? Is that Steve getting hit by a Hilda portal?
they said it was something else and I can't remember. Oh, I guess that's it.
Oh, that's the end.
But yeah, so that was UNI2 from the Toledo Weekly. Big shout outs to them for letting me come up and do my thing, and extra special shout outs to both Suna and Dat Juice here for lending their commentary skills to that VOD, which originally did not have any commentary. So thank you guys. Big ups.
no problem.
You are welcome.
Where can they find you if you wish to be found?
I'll go with I'll not wish to be found right now.
Fair.
You can find me on Twitter.
Uh-huh.
At DatBoyJuice TV. You can find me on Twitter. I post funny things.
All right.
My recent post is I took a picture when I was playing Marvel 3 and I was getting infinite. I took a picture with my opponent. It was really funny. So I got some funny posts on there, but I also post updates on tournaments and stuff. So
All right. Sounds good. Well, once again, thank you to everybody involved, and thank you, the viewer, for watching Matchstick Melee. Don't forget to hit that like button on the video, maybe pop us a subscription, and give us a follow over on Twitch. You don't need to really follow us on Twitter, but we are out there at Matchstick Melee. But that's all we got going for you. Thanks very much, and you all have a great rest of the day. Peace!